Let's go. Hey, Babs.
Hi.
Jaden Rashada commits to Miami. You know we don't take days off here on PHL, baby. Enjoying a lovely little getaway with Hey. We're here at Trader Joe's. But look, this is actually a good thing for LSU, and I'm going to tell you why. So, first things first, before we get into Jaden Rashada, we were going to launch running back week today. I have everything ready to go, but just in case Jaden Rashada were to commit to LSU, that would obviously be a bigger story than what we're actually dropping on running back week. So, I decided to push it to Monday just in case he was actually going to pick LSU, okay? Trying to figure out, should I look here or should I look here? But yeah, comment down below, type Y for yes, type in for no. Is this a major loss for Brian Kelly and LSU? So the first thing here is this is a really good quarterback prospect. Jaden Rashada, top 100 quarterback prospect. He actually slid a little bit in the 247 composite. Is he the best quarterback in 2023? No, but he is no worse than top 10. Now, for me, hear me out, and don't forget, running back week will start tomorrow. Okay, I was going to do it today. We'll talk more about that actually tomorrow. So, the reason why this is a big win for LSU, and it's not really that big of a deal, is number one, Jaden Rashada was never going to pick LSU. Now, it was encouraging that he took an unofficial visit to LSU after a brief visit at Ole Miss. And it was also encouraging that he then took an official visit to LSU. But as we've said for a few weeks now, you never want to be the second or third official visit. It's always better to be later on the official visit calendar. But even though LSU didn't land them, one thing I saw very interesting during Jaden Rashada's interviews is his dad actually mentioned how impressed he was with quarterback coach Joe Sloan. Now, I know it's a coach's job to recruit, but it is very interesting that almost every quarterback prospect, and I understand Joe Sloan is the quarterback coach, they all specifically mention Joe Sloan by name. So, at the very least, we know Joe Sloan is a tireless recruiter. And if you actually do follow recruiting, it's pretty interesting. He does evaluate and speak and offer a lot of quarterbacks. So, the first thing is, Jaden Rashada, I got to give Joe Sloan a lot of credit. He obviously got Eli Holstein back on campus. Yes, I know LSU didn't land either one of those guys, but that's obviously a really, really good thing. However, the first big takeaway is Jaden Rashada is going outside the SEC. Now, if he were to go to Florida, that would have been a big deal, right? But him going to Miami, you don't have to worry about playing Miami. They're not in the SEC. Now, if you play him in a playoff or a bowl game, it's obviously different, right? So he goes to Miami. He's not going to hurt you in the SEC. And the reason why that is a big, big story is that Jaden Rashada was dead set on going to the SEC, right? If you just looked at his official visits, it was Florida, Ole Miss, LSU, Texas A&M. So he doesn't even go to the SEC. No harm, no foul. And Florida fans are melting down right now because Jaden Rashada did not pick their school. To the point where Billy Napier released that letter to the public last week. Let's be honest, it didn't look all that great that you're already, doing a letter to the public about your school. It was kind of strange, but it's not the end of the world for Florida fans. But this is huge that they did not land Jaden Rashada, and he ended up going to another in-state school. So, Mario Cristobal is obviously building a monster. We talked a lot last night on the live stream about Miami. Shout out to Leon Hurricanes, that's his name. He actually super chatted a bunch. We really appreciate that. But yeah, I do think this is a huge loss for Florida. It's a huge blow to their confidence, especially considering the main reason why Billy Napier got hired to replace Dan Mullen is for his actual recruiting. So, for me, I really do believe this is a big loss for Florida. Huge loss for them. Not really a big loss, though, for LSU. I understand LSU doesn't have a quarterback committed, and it's not looking too great for Dante Moore. But if you watched any of our live streams, you know for sure that I've always liked Dante Moore just a little bit better than JADEN RASHADA. They're both very, very good, but I was always more over RASHADA. So this does obviously keep that quarterback slot open for 2023, and JADEN RASHADA doesn't take up that slot that could have gone to DANTE MOORE or someone else that we're going to talk about in just a second, okay? So once again, comment down below. Do you actually think this is a big loss for LSU? Let me know in the comment section, okay? Now, does LSU land DANTE MOORE? Obviously, he just had the visit to Oregon. It's always not good that you get that official visit to Oregon after you visit LSU as much as DANTE MOORE has visited. I know things are trending away from LSU for DANTE MOORE, but obviously LSU is still in it. They got Joe Burrow to the spring game. DANTE MOORE took that photo with Joe Burrow. DANTE MOORE obviously is very interested in going to LSU. But at the same time, Oregon's quarterback room does look to be a little bit more open than, of course, Garrett Nussmeier and Walker Howard being there. So I could see Oregon and Miami really dropping the bag to get two big-time quarterback commits as they try to build their program back into relevancy, especially Florida, or excuse me, especially Miami. So, yeah, I even if DANTE MOORE doesn't happen, obviously they offered the young man out of Tennessee, a four-star quarterback whose name slips my mind. There were some other uncommitted guys in that top 15 quarterback range. Dylan Lonergan, not really on LSU's radar. Avery Johnson, I know Southern Avery Johnson, that's who we all know and love on this channel, but Avery Johnson's also another quarterback that is also in the top 20. But as many of you know, the focus looks to move toward Ricky Collins potentially joining LSU's class. He's already committed to Purdue. Does Ricky Collins actually flip to LSU? We saw Joe Sloan talking to Ricky Collins just a few weeks ago at the 7-on-7 camp. It's going to be tough. It's not like a shoe-in that for sure Ricky Collins is going to jump towards LSU. At the same time, I know a lot of people close to Ricky Collins does watch our channel. Shout out to Woodlawn, Fitzpatrick, everybody that watches. I really appreciate all the kind messages. As many of you know, I am a big Ricky Collins fan. I would love him to be a quarterback in this class. Does it actually happen? We'll see. But more than likely, that is your most likely scenario of a quarterback committing to LSU. I don't see Eli Holstein flipping to LSU. I don't see, obviously, Arch Manning. I know Reese Mooney, three-star quarterback. Does that actually happen? I don't know. He is a three-star quarterback in Louisiana, in Denham. But I just don't know. I just don't know if that's going to happen. I don't really know a whole lot about that kid. So you guys got to let me know if that kid is someone that you like to see at LSU. And then, of course, you also have the transfer portal. And that can be your quarterback for the next cycle. And obviously the big story will be going into next year when it comes to 2023 quarterbacks. Is LSU going to be able to retain Walker Howard and Garrett Nussmeier? We don't know. We don't know. Does Jaden Daniels stay another year? Probably not that likely that that happens. And, of course, we obviously know Miles is going to be gone. Okay, there's a hay right there. Are we already done, babe? Yeah. Look at you. We're shopping quick. I'm going to wrap this up real quick. But, yeah, let me know down below. Do you actually believe this is a massive loss? I know Chris and I and a few of you have discussed this before as well. Is it actually a... Are you about to get blown away by this storm? Huh? There's...
Mason, I'm not here. Okay.
Comment down below your thoughts on today's video. Can I finish? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it okay if LSU doesn't land a quarterback at all in 2023? I don't think it's the end of the world. Obviously, you know the transfer portal is still there. But can you go no quarterback? It's risky because let's just say this scenario plays out. Let's just say Walker Howard beats out Garrett Nussmeier going into next year. Garrett Nussmeier is going to transfer. Then you only have one quarterback. So you would like to have a high school quarterback because a high school quarterback is for sure going to be on the roster next year. So I think you would be okay. I think you would be okay. I think you would be okay. I think you would be okay with no quarterback. I do. But obviously, I think Brian Kelly would like to have a quarterback, especially going into year 2 of his tenure. So we'll see what happens there. Don't forget, running back week will start tomorrow. Charles Alexander, one of the best of the best of the best, Alexander the Great, will be joining the channel Tuesday night. Okay, we're gonna need you there. Okay. Big shout out to all the new subs. We really appreciate you, and we shall talk to you soon. It is Power Hour LSU. Boom! Jaden Rashada, no longer in the SEC, or never in the SEC. Florida tears. The Gator tears. I feel it. Florida, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you already giving up on the Billy Napier area? Really? And tonight,
No, they have them.
we're doing pork buns tonight. Let's